All right, so we want to think about, we're going to finding surface area if we take a curve and we revolve it around the y-axis. It looks something like this. So the radius will be this distance. So the radius now will be x, and x is the same as saying g of y. All right, so if we're going to do dx integration, we're going to leave x as x. This will be the arc length. So the idea is 2 pi radius arc length, and radius is going to be x, so 2 pi x arc length is the idea. All right, let's go find the derivative, and I gotta say most of the mistakes are made in finding the derivative and making an impossible integral, so be really careful in finding the derivative. So I get 2 over 4x minus 1/2 1 over x. So the integral for surface area will be 2 pi x, 1 plus, and I'm going to substitute this in, so I have 1/2 x minus 1 over 2x, and I'm going to square that. And I'm going to be taking the integral from 1 until 2. Okay, so 2 pi x, multiplying this out, I get 1/4 x squared. The middle term is this times 2, right? So I'll get a minus 1/2 because the x's will cancel. And then I'll get a positive 1 over 4x squared dx. All right, so let's join the 1 and the 1/2 together. And I'm going to rewrite these terms with the highest power on the x first. This has no x power, and then I'll have this. Okay, so these three terms here make a perfect square. So I think, what is it that I could square to get this? 1/2 x. What is that I could square to get this? 1 over 2x. And if I multiply this times 2, do I get a positive 1/2? I do. So I can eliminate the radical. Can eliminate the radical, and I just get those two terms. Now I'm going to distribute the x through, so I get 1/2 x squared, and x times 1 over 2x just gives me the number 1/2. So 2 pi, taking the antiderivative, so 1/3 x cubed plus 1/2 x, and then I get to evaluate at the limits of integration. So I get 1/6 8 2 cubed, right? And then plus 1, putting in the 2, subtract off, substituting in 1, so I get 1/6 plus 1/2. So I'll leave that there. That's a good enough answer for this one. Okay, so this is surface area doing dx integration revolving around the y-axis.